Welcome to the Two EXES podcast. I'm Ben.
Hey everybody, I'm David.
And we're here as two exes, two major organized religion. Don't worry, we're still married to each other.
Yeah, if you're confused by the name exes, we're exes because I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
And I'm an ex-member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you know, the Mormons.
The Mormons, yeah. And we are married, so we're exes in the sense that we no longer are a part of two very different religions.
And share a lot of the experiences of growing up
very similar, yeah.
Today we're going to be discussing in depth a lot of the relationships we've had with the women in our lives.
Yeah, which is such a heavy conversation. It got deep.
Yeah.
Like, we love our mothers. And then we were like so worried that they might listen to some of the things we would say.
To all you mothers out there.
Yeah, if you're listening, just know this is probably what your kids think of you.
Oh, well, you know what? For some of it, that's up to you. But today, as we dive in, we are going to have some cocktails, ask each other a few questions. You know the drill if you've tuned into any of our other episodes.
Yeah, please stay tuned to Cocktails and Confessions, where we take a deep dive into all things in the women of our lives. Did I even say that? Where we take into consideration the women in our lives.
In a deep dive.
Dive.
We, of course, want to thank Ethan Jennings for providing
thank you,
phenomenal
Ethan.
background music.
You always do such a great job, Ethan. We can't wait to hear what new music you have to work on.
Yes. And what's today's episode brought to us by?
Podcast. Are you still praying to God? Well, don't waste another breath, because he, capital H, no longer listens to prayers. He only listens to podcast. So get yourself a podcast and you'll get yourself a direct line to God. Back to you, Ben.
Oh, wow. Well, in that case, hey, everybody, and hey, God.
Capital G.
Yeah, capital G, God. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for sponsoring us.
Yeah.
What a big get.
Wow.
Nobody gets God.
Especially from two exes.
Yeah, he just wanted everyone to know. So everyone stay tuned to the Cocktails and Confessions.
And especially to the women and mothers listening in with us. Thank you. And we're potentially
Cringe.
sorry.
I know. We love you. We promise we love you. All right.
Listen
stay with us. Bye.
If you like me, you took me from a place in the world where the light seems dim. But you ignore me despite me. Still, I take my chances.
Welcome back to Cocktails and Confessions,
Where we've got a delicious broken plain cocktail today in our cute little Disney glasses.
Oh my God, yeah, we're talking about the women in our lives, and these glasses were given to me by my grandma before she died because she knew I loved Disney so much, and these are glasses from the 25th anniversary in Disney World. So you have Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. It is so cute.
Do you know which one I have?
You've got Epcot.
Very good, Ben.
Disney finger gunning it to the sky and the giant Epcot globe.
I love Epcot. It's so fun. Cheers.
Cheers.
And then, Ben, what are we drinking today?
This is the Broken Plain cocktail. It is equal parts gin, elderflower liqueur, Amaro Nonino,
oh my God,
and lemon.
It's so lovely. Like, it started with a punch. It's very, very acidic, and then you get that sweet elderberry flavor at the back.
Yeah. The gin works really, really well all of it.
Gin works really,
this
really well.
This is
Thanks.
very refreshing.
We should cheers again, because...
Cheers again. And cheers to our friend who recommended it.
Prost.
Thanks, Karen.
Ben and I always say Prost, which is German for cheers. Mm-hmm. And then we kiss.
While making eye contact as we cheers.
You have to make eye contact when you make cheers. When you do cheers.
When you do cheers.
Or and when you're at cheers.
When you're at the bar. What more is there in life than to cheers when you get to share a drink with someone you love?
Oh, that's true. Or confess things with that cocktail.
Especially in the realm of the people in our lives.
It's like so rough to talk about the women in our lives.
Yeah.
Because we have questions about sisters. We have questions about our grandma.
Yeah.
And so just to remind everyone, we come up with a topic every week. Sometimes it's fun and silly and it gets a little more gay. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's very serious. Happy. We talk about very theocratic, scriptural, church-related topics.
Yeah, and all of it is personal. A lot of it is raw. And none of it is planned before we begin talking about it.
We do come up with 3 questions each. We'll ask each other, but we have looked at the questions, but we never remember them, and we never remember who's already answered because neither of us stopped talking.
Well, it ends up being, I'm happy to say, really great conversation with you. And
thanks.
It makes me think about things in a way that feels more processed.
Right. Oh my God. I was telling somebody the other day, like, it has brought up all these emotions just talking about this stuff with you for this podcast. Like, I feel like I'm more emotional than I used to be.
I'm
like, isn't it supposed to help to talk about things?
Yeah, but when your bandwidth of emotion evolves in life, you usually still feel everything on a new level.
I'm like at an 11, and if I could just get back down to a 7.
No, that's the thing. I don't think you get to go back down. Life's going to be at an 11, but that's a good thing.
Well, and today is going to be no more easy because anytime we talk about our mothers, we never want to insult them because we love them or make them feel bad. So, but today, like, it's a little fun and it's a little religious. So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think
both.
Especially growing up religious, the women in our lives played a very particular role within each of those religions.
Which I think it's like a known fact that women play the majority of a role in even all religions. Like, women hold up religion.
Oh, I see what you mean. And yet, you see across almost all organized religions, women also have, I don't know whether to say a subservient or in some way.
Right, I know.
These are patriarchal structures after all. So women by definition are in some places even subjugated, but always in the supporting role. They hold everything up, and the church cannot exist without them.
No, and you think about, like, at your own church, like, it was probably 60%, 70% women.
Yeah, definitely.
Female. It was at mine, at least. There was always this group of older women that existed.
Yeah, it would be rare to have an older single male member than an older
because
single
I think men are lazy
woman.
And they're not very friendly, and they don't want to make friends, and they don't want to be nice when they get older. So, like, if their wife is dead, I could just see myself being like, I'm not going to church.
Yeah, I can.
I don't want to talk to those people.
And by that same turn, I can see an older, maybe widowed woman finding community.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
comfort there.
Yeah.
At a Mormon church, like, I remember feeling that same feeling. And the old women there were such sweet people, usually.
The other thing I think about when I think about women kind of being the numbers in church is, do they do it out of a protection? So we were watching that American Prophecy, it was about, like, those Mormon pioneers.
Oh, yeah.
They ended up being Mormons.
That ended up getting attacked by
Native
what
was that called? Whatever it was called. It was on Netflix. But I'm like, things were so horrible. Like, when she got into town, it was like she was either going to be raped, murdered, sold. Like, anything could have happened to that woman because she was by herself with her son.
And I'm no one would have known or been able to do anything.
But, like, you tell somebody they can't do that because God hates it. And it's like, man, he brings some of the men back in line. So it does make me wonder if that's why women kind of push religion, because it's a safety mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of protection in a space that you can trust other women, right?
And I don't even know when we do our judicial committee if that's a fact we could look up. It's an assumption.
It's a
theory.
perception.
It's my hypothesis.
And this is just objectively.
And you know what? I think I've talked enough already. So
whatever.
I'm going to go first to ask you a question.
All right.
I'm sure the people want to know if you're still in the room.
All right. Well, you're doing great. And what's your first question?
Okay. My first question is about grandmothers. And I was thinking about our mom's mom, because I think everyone's closer to their mom's mom when they're growing up.
Yeah.
I think that's more normal.
Well, who knows what normal is, but that's how it was for me.
Okay. It was
I'll
okay.
explain. Yeah.
So, how did your grandmother join the church, and then how did that influence the rest of the family going forward?
My Grammy, my mom's mom, joined the church when she lived in Germany. She was, as a child, a Prussian orphan, and this was
in Prussia or in
at
Germany?
the time it was in Prussia.
Okay.
That's where her family is initially from. Anyway, it was during World War II. Nazis were all about. They actually came, and she almost got caught by them sneaking outside, hiding in the barn one
Like
time.
she was playing a game or something?
No, she was kind of she described it as a naughty kid because she was the Annie of that orphanage. She'd go out and steal vegetables.
I think people are missing the big point. She was in an orphanage. Did you say that?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should explain why she's in an orphanage. Her mom had basically dropped her off when her dad went to war. And so she
couldn't handle her, like, what? Who knows? Okay, anyway, so she drops her off.
There's a really long history
that you don't know
with my Grammy. I mean, I could explain it to you, but it's not going to answer when she converted to the church, which was after she had grown up. And my grandpa met her while he was serving a mission through all these areas that are now mostly Germany, I believe.
Yeah. So he was over there serving a mission. She was working where?
She did a lot of seamstress work.
So I wonder, how did they meet? Was she a Mormon at that time?
No, all I can tell you is she wasn't a Mormon. See, I don't know the details. Like,
that's very weird.
Sure.
It's one.
Why?
No, I'm saying, like, well, one, because you never have learned. Do you think your mom knows the truth?
I'm sure my mom could tell a significantly more historically accurate and detailed.
That just tells me your grandma must have suffered so much if everything was just held inside. Oh,
I think that's true for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have I don't remember my grandma, my Grammy and my grandpa having any kind of loving, appearing relationship. It felt tense a lot of the time. I know that they bugged each other.
Really?
And weren't afraid, later especially, to call the other out.
That's always so sad.
Yeah, it never got ugly. Do you think it's
natural, though, when it happens to couples? Like, you get to know somebody so well after 50 years, and you're just like, stop chewing like that. I don't know what it would be, but...
Well, I mean, you also know there have been times where I've, had enough of being in the same room as my grandpa. And grandpa, if you're ever hearing this, I love you, but, like, you can't... Never mind.
Yeah.
We'll get into that if we ever
it's just funny because, like, I'd only met your grandpa at, like, random parties, and he's an old man. He can't hear very well, and he's sweet. He always was nice to me. So, but then to, like, know that he's also the same person that you had to unfriend on Facebook.
Yeah,
because of some of the hateful things he posted.
Yeah.
And we don't need to go into details.
No, but about 10 years ago, I was a very different person, too, and it feels cringy looking back on that. Like, it's so ridiculous, but
it was
I stand
also
by
like
what I said.
2016, 2017.
Oh, yeah, it was...
The world got crazy and everyone took a side.
Yeah.
Or no, people's sides were exposed.
Exactly.
That we didn't know they had that side until that happened, so...
Yeah, it was tense with Grandpa, but...
So your Grammy moves to America.
Well, she converts while she's there.
Okay.
Then moves to America.
For your grandpa?
Yeah. Met him. They obviously got married. And my mom is the oldest of their daughters.
And when were they married, and how long after that was your mom born?
All right, I feel like this is another...
It's not a trap.
A judicial review. No.
How would I find that out? I'm going to have to text your mother.
Probably.
Maybe I'll ask your sister.
Yeah, we'll see if she knows.
Okay, so she moves here.
Not my strength. So she moves here, stays a member of the church, and basically, to my knowledge, she didn't do much work besides more seamstress work, and she sewed all of my mom's clothes. She raised them. She was, I imagine, a very strictly following Mormon mother.
And what about a mother?
About a mother? What kind of mother was she?
Do you think?
I think that she was very, very heavily impacted by the difficulty of her childhood years, and especially her relationship with her mother and her stepfather. So...
Was she, like, lovey with you guys, or...?
No. Her way of showing love really was through acts of service, especially cooking.
Yeah.
She loved to
cook.
Was
she good at it?
She made absolutely incredible, authentic German food for us all the time.
Oh, like that roulade?
We had rouladen.
Yeah. Rouladen. It's
Not
so good.
all of us are pickle fans, so that wasn't.
But if you are a pickle fan and you see rouladen on the menu at some German restaurant,
try it.
Do not pass it up.
So yeah, that's basically how my Grammy ended up making it to America and into the Latter-day Saint Church.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that it's an immigrant and a pioneer story.
Exactly, and sadly she didn't make it through COVID, but she made it
so I never met her.
While. Well,
because we were just newly dating, and then it was COVID, so... Yeah, I would love to have met her, just because your mom's such a powerful woman that I can only imagine that she was equally powerful.
Well, I know I've mentioned the ways that you've kind of stepped into and reshaped a lot of our family dynamic. You would have been so loved by Granny. No, she would have loved talking to you.
I mean, okay, thank you for saying that. I love that. I just don't want people to think I'm manipulating your family. Like, this is how you should be. And I wave my hand.
And then you just talk to people and let them tell you how it's going.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I hope. I hope you're saying that because I genuinely want to get to know your family.
Yeah, because all you do is open doors, and it's a good thing.
That's nice of you. But I hope that I would have gotten to know her and that she would have liked me, of course.
Of course.
But I already know that I would have liked her, just based on the stories that you've told.
Yeah. It definitely is clearer to me now, knowing the relationship my mom had with my Granny, to understand the relationship I have with my mom.
Yeah.
But my mom was like completely dedicated to her during the last years of her life. And
for sure.
They got to heal a lot of wounds. And I've got to do that with my mom more recently than I think I know I take it for granted sometimes that I get to have a close relationship with my mom.
Yeah, I know. I've always said, like, your mom's amazing, and I hope she doesn't follow in your Grammy's footsteps in the sense that she never gets help for the why. Does that make sense? Like, talk to somebody and start getting through this, like, generational trauma.
Yeah.
That won't go away unless people get help.
Well, and what people don't realize is you find that breakthrough and you think that's the why, but you have to keep asking questions because there's never an end to what you get to discover about yourself, and especially through like mother to mother relationships.
And I mean, this episode may be called Mommy Issues because everyone has them. It doesn't matter. Like, our moms are great people and we all still have mom issues. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's weirder for me, like, now that I work with moms who have like teenagers and 20-year-olds and whatever, and to know that their kids think they're stupid. And it's like, I work with you and I know that you're a very smart woman and capable of doing amazing things, and your kids think you're an idiot.
And I don't think either of us will ever know the love of a mother. I don't think it's possible. And granted, we don't have children. No. Who knows if we will have children?
We probably won't. But it is funny to think that moms love us so much that we treat them like shit. And they still love us. They're just like gluttons for punishment. You have to respect that.
Yeah.
I've never loved anything that much.
Well, I know you love your mom enough to only, quote, treat her like shit if it's like a real level conversation that you're having.
If I'm trying to help.
Of course. All in the name of helping.
I'm not being rude. I'm just helping. Yeah.
Your conversations with your mom are fascinating and terrifying and so very different.
So very different. I'm so much more blunt. Well, for one, I don't talk to my mom anymore. Like, we see each other a few times a year, but we don't talk because they're not allowed to talk to me. So, but before, when Ben lived with me and they didn't know anything, and he would overhear conversations from one side because he just heard the one side.
All I could hear was the way you talked to your mother, and it left me speechless.
Well, but I wasn't... Okay, so my parents have always kind of raised us to be equals with them.
Oh, I could hear your mom equally, like, telling you what's what on the other side. I just couldn't understand her.
We would have discussions where it was like, we're all on equal ground, and if you have a good argument, even if you were the kid, then you can win.
Now they are... All of the women in your family are very pleasant to have that engaged, lively conversation over dinner with, and I've gotten to do that two times, 2 or 3?
Twice, yeah. In the 7 years we've known each other.
In the 7 years we've known each other.
You've seen them 3 times.
Yeah. And that, attitude, it's hard to really understand completely, but it's a lot of fun to be a part of.
I felt so bad for in-laws that would come into our family because it's hard to jump into these conversations because nobody knows where they're going to go, but we're all ready to like hop back and forth between whatever thought somebody just had that reminded them of this.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that people had a hard time with is we don't mind openly talking, I'll just say talking shit about people, but then being nice to them because we don't actually hate anyone, but that doesn't mean we don't think you're stupid sometimes.
Well, and it's also like you have opinions because you know everything that's going on in their life. So of course you're invested.
So my sister-in-law she had the hardest time with that because she's like, you guys are phony as fuck. Like, how could you say that about them?
Your sister-in-law said that?
Yeah. And well, she didn't say the F word, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But she thought we were fake. And it's like, no, we're just nice. Like, we may have a thought about somebody that's not nice, but we wouldn't say that to them. Like, we're not trying to keep it real. It's not a reality TV show.
Had she heard too many things that you had said about people and then saw how you acted to them?
Because she was in the family at that point. So you got to hear those conversations.
But that's the thing about family is, like, if you know that you're genuinely just doing your best to come from a loving place, you all have opinions that you deserve to talk about.
And, like, we never would hold grudges. I think that's another thing that made her upset. It's like when we were supposed to be holding a grudge against somebody or another family, it's so, because the witness world is so insular, like, insular, is that the word? Yeah. That everyone knows everyone and everyone knows everyone's business.
Yeah.
It's like living in the town of Anatevka.
Which is one of the only reasons that you can have this particular family dynamic. Because if you were a Mormon, your family would have no reason to just stick together because you can have friends outside of the Mormon church too.
Oh, yeah, because our only friends could be in the church. So, like, our whole life was in the church.
You could talk shit on anyone you wanted to who wasn't a part of that ward, and they'd probably never find out about it.
No, and, like, everything went around. Anyway, so... Yeah. I don't know how we got so off topic, but I'll talk about my grandma.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you have one more thought.
If I had a final thought, it would be that my dad's mom passed away 2 months before I was born.
Oh.
And I wish I had gotten to know her.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I know that the relationship that she had with my mom is what I remember most hearing about because they're both organists. And my grandma...
He means playing...
That's right, playing the organ, which is like...
collecting them.
A big... foot and hand piano.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So wish I'd gotten to meet her, but her family had come over with the pioneers from England.
Likely story.
I know. Your grandma or grandma's.
How she came into the truth?
Yeah, how did she find her way to the Jehovah's Witness world?
Well, we say coming into the truth.
Okay.
And she married my grandpa when she was 16 or 17. Really young. They were next door neighbors. He had an Italian dad who's from Sicily and a Scottish mom who was from Scotland. I get that goes without saying, right? And he was the only boy, and he had 3 sisters, and they ended up giving the oldest one up for adoption because she was deaf. So they put her in an orphanage.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe he only had 2 sisters, and they gave away one of them.
And this is in Italy?
No.
Wait.
This is in 9th South. They lived on 7th South in Salt Lake City. I mean, his dad was from Italy, and his mom was from Scotland, but... Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, my grandpa was a little prince and treated like an Italian king, and he lived next door to my grandma, and he was older than her. I don't even know how much older. Maybe 8 to 10 years?
Okay.
So when she was 17, he was 27. They got married, and I think he went to war because he was in World War II. I guess none of this matters. Anyways,
he wasn't a Jehovah's Witness.
No, he was never a Jehovah's Witness. But so I bought a house in Salt Lake, and she needed books for the shelves. So she had a bookshelf, but she didn't have enough money to buy books. So the witnesses started coming around. And she liked the colors of the books that they had. So then they kept coming around. And then they kept coming around.
Bringing more books?
Bringing more books to buy at that point, right? But they were, like, cheap. And my grandma was hooked, and she became a witness. So she's of Mormon pioneer heritage, too. Her family settled in Springville. They were the Bissell family. And, go to Springfield, Utah, anyone, if you want to count how many Bissell tombstones there are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Anyway, so she comes from that stock. She joins the Witness Church. She becomes one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And, of course, it's like big turmoil because she, at that point, like, I think she had 3 out of 4 of her kids. So my mom she wasn't raised a witness. Like, she became one when she was 6 or 7. Okay. So they had been celebrating holidays, birthdays, everything. And then it stopped. And so it caused a huge rift between my grandma and her sister. Because it was like, oh, now you don't want to see us anymore.
Oh, yeah. Because she can't can't
you think you're
celebrate
better than
holidays
us?
with them.
Yeah, because now she's a witness. So then my mom became one, and my Aunt Debbie, my aunt, my uncle, they all became one, and my mom and my aunt have stayed one since that day.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I think because my grandma lived a very different life, like she grew up poor, like they literally, the house that she grew up in got a floor while she was growing up. Like it was just a dirt floor before that.
Oh, damn.
Literally, isn't that crazy? The house still exists. Like they, once my great grandma died, they sold it, but that was like the 90s. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
It's the cutest little house. Anyways, so yeah. So that's how she became a witness. And that's how my mom became a witness. And yeah. But we come from pioneer stock like the rest of you.
From pioneer stock? Like a lot
and I think
of these towns.
they were from the cliffs of Dover.
Oh.
That's what my grandma used to say.
Well,
that's when the Mormon missionaries came and got them and brought them over.
Oh, well, I appreciate that you know the actual family history of your lineage.
I know.
That's impressive.
But it's like, did I go back too far? I'm
No.
like, let me give you the history of both.
Well, we didn't.
Sides.
We didn't have dates and.
Oh, and now I
times
feel so
with
bad that I
everything.
didn't say anything about my dad's mom.
Well, what about her? Is
she's like
currently a witness?
Your Grammy. She's a mystery. I have no idea anything about her. Like I know. I mean, obviously I know her, but like I know she was poor. I know she ended up marrying my grandpa, and he was a miner, so they lived in Helper, Utah, and then he lost his leg in the mine when a car ran over it. And then he was a barber. But I don't know what... Like, my dad became a witness when his dad died, because they were Catholic. And he wanted to know more about, like, why did God allow his dad to die? And he didn't like the Catholic answer, so he kept looking until he found the witnesses. And he liked their answer. So he became a witness, but I don't know how the rest of the family trickled in. Like his siblings, my aunts and uncles, my grandma. I have no idea.
Are they all witnesses?
They're all semi-witnesses.
I know at least one of your dad's brothers isn't.
Yeah. Oh, no, both of them aren't.
Oh,
yeah.
there.
Yeah, so the one lives in Montana. He's not.
Okay.
The one lives in here, and he was disfellowshipped from the congregation like 30 years ago, so I have no memories of him, really. All I remember of him is that he was a teaser to the point where it was like brutal. Like he was so mean to his kid. We thought it was mean, and then he would laugh and yeah, that was a weird situation. And then so my aunt and my dad are witnesses, but my aunt, I never believed if they actually went to meetings and conventions and assemblies.
Interesting.
They were always on the fringe.
I wonder what the story would be about your dad's mom.
Yeah.
Maybe following him into the truth.
Or now it makes me wonder, like, were they always around the truth or people in the truth? And then it was like, oh, I'll bring you in now that my dad believed it.
Yeah, I wonder what your dad would have to say about it.
He reminds me so much of you because he was such a good Catholic, and then he was such a good witness. He is such a good witness. I just respect somebody that, like, if you believe it, then be good at it. Don't just float through, go to church because you're supposed to. Like, be involved. Live that life.
I can see that in your dad, and I take that as a very sweet compliment because I like him.
Yeah, you like
the 2 times I've gotten to sit down and talk with him.
Oh, I know, just 2 times. And the first time was so rough because I hadn't seen him in so many years. So it was like waterworks first, and then,
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, well, that's my question.
Wow.
Question number 1. What's your question
that was
number
great.
1?
My first question is, what was your mom's role in family faith?
Oh, family faith. Oh, my God. I love this question, Ben.
Okay.
Because my mom wasn't good at that. Like, so witnesses were expected, like, we had 3 meetings a week, and you had to prepare. You were expected to study what we were going to be discussing in the next meeting ahead of time, so that when they did a question and answer, you could participate in it. Because you didn't want the same 4 people answering everything, because there was always those people who would. But my mom never prepared. But she was good on the cuff person. Like, if she felt like she should answer, like it was getting a little stale and the same people were answering, she could throw one up there.
I can see
and it
that.
sounded good, but never. She never answered ever, or never prepared. Like, there was one time, Ben. Why are you laughing?
Because you prepared so much.
Yeah,
Did
because
you learn
I had
that from
to.
your dad?
No,
You must
yes,
have.
I learned it from my dad. My dad was a preparer. He was ready for everything we discussed all the time. There was one time he had a part or something he was like in an elders meeting, so they had to meet before church started on a Thursday night. So he left before us. Mm-hmm. And then so my mom is now in charge of bringing all of us to meeting, which my mom was never in charge of anything, really. Other than, I mean, she did the shopping, the cooking, the cleaning, like all that.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to drive anyone anywhere. She wasn't interested.
So this is not her cup of tea.
No, and she's not worried about any of the details. Like, I hear my boss talk about getting her kid ready for a soccer tournament in Vegas. She's like, 3 days ahead, she's planning what she needs to bring.
Oh.
My mom, you would think she'd be like, does everyone have their songbooks? Does everyone have their Bibles? Does everyone have this? So we show up to church right before it starts. My dad had saved us a row. We get in the row, the song starts, and we don't even have a songbook between the 4 siblings and my mom. None of us brought anything.
And I can just imagine that. And did your mom lean over and ask, how did no one bring your
I know.
songbook?
And it was more embarrassing because somebody noticed and they lent us one.
Oh. Well.
So then all 5 of us are trying to congregate around this one songbook. But my dad was so mad because he was like on the stage watching everything happen because he was in charge of the meeting. And after we got home, it was like my dad never yelled at us, but it was like a Peter yell or a my dad yell version of everyone's in charge of their own stuff from now on. That is never happening again.
And I'll bet it never happened
again.
It
never happened again. No, we made sure. So that was my mom.
So that's your mom's
What about you?
role.
What's your mom's role in the family's faith?
Well, she definitely took a more active part in a lot of the morality and the properness of growing up Mormon.
Oh, okay. I can say that.
So,
my mom did that too, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like I had the home environment at all times to be a good little Mormon boy. But there were 7 of us. I mean, leading up to my youngest sister being born.
Right.
And I just remember, like, my early growing up years, I just remember her as constantly being in mom mode and still feeling like I have a connection with you, I have the safe space. So she was an incredible mom, and then just keeping that environment and especially leading music into the home.
Right.
Because she's this incredible pianist.
Incredible.
And, she's just so talented.
I don't know. Your youngest sister may be better than her.
I think my youngest sister is a prodigy, and I love that she loves playing the piano.
And she loves learning new songs.
Honestly,
the most random songs.
All of my sisters are incredible musicians.
Yeah.
It's just...
That's true. You're right.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to get you off topic.
Anyway,
but they are, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of that was just bringing the spirit into the home. Like, that was my mom's role, and that was regularly through music. Now, she also taught piano to bring in money on the side while my dad was working.
When you would do those, like, performances at church, how much preparation are you doing? Like, because your mom must be the catalyst, right? She's like, everyone needs to come downstairs. I don't know. That's what my mom would do. Everyone needs to come downstairs now.
Yeah, absolutely. She did run the household, essentially. So that wasn't something that, unless my mom let my dad know it was time for dinner and no one's there and she's finishing up cooking, I'm not hearing my dad calling for us as much as my mom.
She wasn't like, George, get so-and-so.
Maybe. I mean, there were plenty of times, both of them are going to be calling out for you if you're too far back in the woods and it's dinner time.
That is such an interesting thing, though. Like, not to get off topic, but like to imagine dinner times. Like, how did it work? Like, how did you know? Well, nobody was texting you.
No, I didn't grow up wearing a watch all the time, so it's not like there was an established dinner time.
Did you eat dinner at the same time, though?
No, it wouldn't matter if I had a watch or not.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Dinner's when dinner's ready.
Yeah.
And then you show up and you eat as much as you can sometimes.
Did your mom ever, like, declare the kitchen is closed? Or I'm not a short order cook. This is it.
No.
Eat it or starve.
She never had to because there was I didn't know what that would have meant. When I'd visit friends and they'd be like grabbing snacks from their pantry, I'd be like, are we going to get in trouble for this?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom was like my aunt.
Yeah, we did have a night snack every night.
Okay.
So,
but then you start sneaking, right?
I mean, there were a handful of times I would sneak, and my mom was also the moral authority if she caught me.
Yeah.
But
then you all got good at sneaking, too.
I mean, by the end, I was eating raw cake mix out of the box in the basement. Because no one's going to check that.
Gross. That is so sad. And then they would just be like, a mouse got in this because who would eat cake mix?
And then stand it back upright and close the box.
What? Wait. So you would turn it upside down?
What?
So if they lifted it out?
No, I would just have the bag open inside the box.
Yeah?
So anyone that opens it is going to see it's opened. It's not like someone's going to...
No, I thought it was more diabolical. And like, you folded it up and then flipped it around. So when they pulled it out... Oh. Actually, that might be a better way of hiding it. It's like, oh no, that bag broke.
But I mean, at that point, I wasn't worried. There were plenty. I remember hiding in the pantry,
eating Triscuits.
Yeah, Triscuits, cookies, whatever was there. It never lasted long. Like it never made it to the shelf. I was not the only kid doing this.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
what I'm saying.
the evidence.
See, I guess that's where I was going with this. Is we didn't have to sneak because it was very clear. Like, she would go shopping twice a month, and everything that she bought, when it was gone, it was gone. Like, there was no like hoping to save it. It's like it was a race. If there was something good, you better drink all the milk now because somebody else might, because it's going to be gone anyways.
Yeah.
So
at the end of that 2 months, I hope you had.
So nobody was sneaking anything because once it was gone, it was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how we got to the food.
Me neither.
Seeking,
I'm so sorry.
No. My mom's role in the actual involved faith was she would also be that organizer of scripture reading early on.
Okay.
Later in life, before everything went down that led to my parents' divorce, she became very separated from the religious side of things, and reading scriptures like felt really awkward.
Oh
most
yeah,
nights.
because you knew how she was feeling.
I mean,
Well, she was hanging in there with it, though.
Well, I mean, everyone's there. It's like, this is the expectation. If you are in the house, which you're going to be in the house by the end of the evening, you're reading scriptures with the family. And then we have a family prayer where we're all kneeling down together. And it was just what I grew up with every morning, every night.
Yeah.
So, scripture reading at the end of the night. Seeing the change in my mom's
How long were you
attitude.
expected to do the scripture reading for?
I mean, we usually read at least a chapter in the Book of Mormon.
Everyone?
Some nights it would be my dad reading out loud. Most nights it would be...
This is like a family thing. It's not like you're in bed and she's... Like, everyone read your scriptures.
Yeah, this is in the living room. Everyone's sitting down or
so
sitting
before
on the floor.
bed, yeah. Like, oh, that was a way to end the night. Because you weren't watching TV, so...
No, not that close to bedtime. Maybe we had a movie on.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, TV wasn't a thing either. So that was my mom's role in the faith, was also, being a big part of that early on. And then also, this was around the time that I was already starting to come to terms with my sexuality. I was pretty sure that in the long run, Mormonism probably isn't going to be the best fit for me, but I hadn't left. And so to see this change in my mom, I don't know, in a way I felt defensive over the gospel.
Oh, so it's okay for you to feel like this, but not me?
Yeah. Well, I guess at its core, maybe that is what it felt like. But even like bringing this up now, everything changed so quickly after that.
After your mom left.
Yeah. And I mean, now, thank goodness, she's married. My dad is happily married. And, I mean, my mom rejoined the church. So I don't know where she stands right now.
No, I'm only laughing
it's
because
a roller
you said
coaster.
She's married and my dad is happily married.
Okay. You know what? I don't think she'd fight me too hard on it, but that's...
And we know he's never going to listen to this. So.
No. Mom, if you are
Bless his
ever
heart.
listening to this, just know that especially the musical part of growing up Mormon, you made just absolutely phenomenal.
All right. I like it.
All right. Wow.
I want to go to my next question.
What's your second question?
What are some of the things your mom did right? No, I don't mean that.
Feels so shady now.
I don't mean that in a shady way. Okay, so it's like what I was saying earlier. Like, we all have mom issues, but we love our mom. Like, okay, I've heard this thing where if your mom dies, like, your life is cut there. So there's the life with your mom and now your life after your mom. Because a mom is kind of like the direction of a compass, right?
100%.
It always goes east. Like, you always know, like, even if you are a fuck up or whatever is going on in your life, like, she's still your mom. So I just want to highlight good stuff.
Yeah.
Because we've said a lot of things about our mother that weren't flattering.
Well, and I think that I get
That weren't flattering? Wasn't flattering?
Yeah. No, you were right. Yeah. Plenty of the things that I've said about my mom haven't been flattering.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And that's just because in the moment I'm trying to be honest about that prompt. But talking about my mom and like, what did she do right?
Yeah.
Like, that's really hard to quantify because I feel so blessed to have been her son and to have grown up like with that kind of, not just like the attention and care, but like there was a lot of passion there for just like connecting and making sure I had the best childhood possible while also like, you know, celebrating me and loving me. So
yeah.
So I still feel that love. I know my relationship with my mom has changed a lot, and being able to come to terms with like the parts of myself that are creating that change in the relationship has been really helpful in talking about it more.
Right. And your mom was a boss too. Like, she ran a family of 7 kids.
Yeah.
A family of 9. Like, and like your dad was the sole income, and you feel like you grew up poor. Like, it makes me wonder sometimes, but like, you definitely, like, your mom was on a budget either way. Like, you guys did not go out to eat.
No, she
really,
she was the financer. I mean, she did the books and everything to make every end meet. Yeah. And I never felt wanting for anything.
Isn't that so interesting that even in the patriarchy, like, women have a subservient role, but my mom was also in charge of the finances. There was a lot of things that she ran. She ran the house. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's such an interesting concept. Like, when people think women choose to work and not stay home with their kids, it's like, who can stay home anymore? Like, because and it's hard. Like, I worked with women that chose to work because it was easier to work than to take care of their kids all day. And they said that. So it's weird to me.
I hope it, I mean, not.
So I guess I just want to give props to your mom. Like, raising 7 kids is not easy.
And it's always an impossible choice. Like,
in a
you're just
thankless job. Nobody's thanking her.
Yeah.
Even your dad probably didn't thank her enough.
Well, I don't think anyone can ever be thanked enough for raising a human being who, plenty of us were little shits.
Growing them.
Yeah.
Letting them out of them. Yeah. Raising them.
Everything.
Feeding them.
Yeah. Motherhood, I mean, it's been called a thankless job before, and I don't think that it's, I don't know, stereotypical or... I can't think of the word.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's ridiculous to understand that we'll never be able to celebrate our moms enough.
No.
So, like you said, our moms are going to love us despite the fact that we can never give them enough gratitude for what they've done.
Never.
But
or
that
give
doesn't
them credit.
But that doesn't change how much they love us. So, as far as what my mom did right, that is obvious. That is clear. She was always there when I needed her. And I don't think I would have the sense of humor that I do.
For sure. Oh my God, your mom's sense of humor is in all of you.
Which I enjoy very much. The times that I can't stop laughing, that is directly from my mom.
Right.
And
was your mom a singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
like in the house?
She would sing, but she'd let us sing. She'd help us sing.
Okay. That's what I wondered. I'm like, where did you guys got this yearn for singing? Like, even when your sister lived with us for a while.
That's what my mom pulled out of all of us.
Yeah.
She wanted us to sing.
But you don't remember her singing.
I do. And she's a great singer. But, I mean, I also know that if she started singing, I'd still come in on the same thing and probably overtake her. Unintentionally.
Right.
So, yeah, my mom did a lot right. And I guess the only context to add is religiously that transformed a lot, and the structure of my family changed a lot, and that's shifted a lot of where that is now. But I think as an adult, we're supposed to have a different relationship with our mom.
Of course. Like, it would be weird if you were Baby Buster.
Yeah. And I don't know a gay especially that doesn't have mommy issues. So if that came across as me having mommy issues, it's probably accurate.
No, I think that was very nice. Like, And I put you on the spot, so it's not even your fault if you can't think of 50 good things about your mom.
Oh,
because I couldn't do that either.
I mean, I could list off plenty, but that's where the heart of it comes from.
I couldn't. About not your mother, but mine.
Well, what did your mom do right?
My mom did so many things right, but then you're right. This was a tough question. I don't know why I asked it, because it's hard to quantify something like this, right? Like how do you say? But my mom brought lightness and fun, and do all moms bring that? But then she was also something I really respect. She was a very clean person. It was like a weekly thing. We knew on Mondays was the day we cleaned during the summer, and it was like a deep clean every single time. There was no, if you were vacuuming and you didn't move the couch, it's like, did you even vacuum? She was not into surface cleaning. Like, you had to lift stuff up and wipe. And
that has translated to your adulthood, which I'm grateful for, but my mom did not teach us to clean like that.
Yeah, she did. She cleaned. I can tell,
like
because her house is immaculate.
She would just tell us, go clean your room. It's Saturday morning. This is one of your chores.
Right.
And I mean, we were not afraid to throw things in the closet, shove them under the bed.
Right.
And if they were found, that was a problem.
Yeah. I mean, we did the same thing. But, my mom, I wanted to say your mom. I know she's an immaculate person, because I notice things like that. But her sisters are not in the same way. Like, your mom's baseboards are spotless.
Oh, and my mom has 2 cats with long hair.
And you would never even know it.
No. Yeah.
But my mom was the same. My parents always had pets, and you would not know they had pets, because my mom hated, I think it comes from her mom, so my grandma. But I love that. My grandma was so clean. Like, her house was immaculate, and it always looked like a museum. And she didn't ever let us or want us to sit in her living room, but it was the most uncomfortable couch ever. So I don't know why anyone would want to.
It makes sense. It was probably the prettiest couch.
Yeah. But my mom was also very honest, and I respect that about her. My dad, she didn't work until, my poor mother, she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom so bad. But when I was in 5th grade and my teeth were so bad, they were growing all over the place, I would have been a very different human being if she didn't go to work so she could have dental insurance so that they could get me braces. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? What a sacrifice.
I know. It changed, a lot of what your mom knew about the world.
Yeah, and from then on, she never stopped working again until recently when she retired, but she hated it.
Yeah.
But I think it also gave her a confidence that she never would have had, or maybe, who knows, but so she did that for me. So
you learned, a lot of that attention to detail and hard work from your mom, and that's a side of her that I guess I can't ever know, but it's fascinating to see where it comes from.
And also she loved talking to people. So she was that person at Disneyland who strikes up a conversation with the person in line, which I don't do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
In the right situation, I will do that, yeah.
But
I hated her for that. Like, when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, why do you have to talk to everyone?
I felt the same way about my mom, because she will start up a conversation if she's sitting next to someone, and it's going to be more than a minute.
Right. And now I'm like, I see somebody with a USC hat, and I'm like, I have one of those. I bought it at Target one time.
Yeah. My mom also learned from her mom to let the person know at the fast food restaurant if the fries don't come out hot enough.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that.
That always drove me up the wall. Yeah. I would have to leave.
That's one thing about my mom I did not inherit. Like, we're supposed to talk about good things, though. So, okay. So what I was going to say is,
I also respect it, though.
Before she went to work, she ran the household, and my dad it was a single income family of 4 kids, 6 people, and I know there was several times that they overextended themselves, because we would go to ZCMI and she would pay a little bit of the bill, and then we would go pay the bill at the electric company or Utah Power and Light, and then whatever the gas company was. So we knew all the financial information of our family. We knew she had $200 for groceries. Like everyone was aware of the money situation. And it never got better, so that's why we all started working pretty young. But I think that was the norm back then. But I respected that. I'm like, money should not be something people don't talk about. I don't want to hear about rich people's money.
Yeah.
But if you have a family and you're struggling, you should let your kids in on it. Let them know, no, these are the reasons why we wouldn't want to spend that kind of money on whatever stupid thing you want.
Yeah, it's a transparent system that you also learned how to be an adult from.
So when I did get a Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo, if you remember, and my brother got Donatello, we knew that was a big thing because that was money spent on us. So I really respect that about them.
Yeah.
And especially my mom.
And to now have a relationship with money that's healthy and open.
Right. We've always been able to openly talk about money.
Yeah. And that's because of our mothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that in your mom too.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
Yay, moms.
Yay, moms.
That's so lame.
Thank
I can't
you.
believe her.
All right.
You love your mom.
No, thank you to your mom, because this podcast wouldn't have happened without it, because you get your...
My Kathy out.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I wasn't going to say her name.
Like, you get your go get it-ness from, both your parents, but the energy is your mom's.
Oh, totally. She's got so much energy. Yeah, so that's one of the things she did right.
Well...
What else do you got? What's your second question?
My next question for you is, how were your sisters, air quote, good or bad influences?
Oh, that's cute. I like that bet. Oh. Because I love my sisters. So I have 2 older sisters, and one of them, so they're 3 years older and 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So I got to go to school with the second one. Yeah, and they are exactly what you would think. They're Irish twins, so they're less than a year apart.
I didn't realize they were so close.
Yeah, so they are super close to each other, and they always have been. The second sister, I won't say her name, but she was always very religious. Like, she loved going to meetings. Like, I remember one time, this is why we moved from a congregation. So we had been going to this congregation in Bountiful because they were struggling and they needed my dad come to be an elder and help and whatever. So he brought his whole family there, and it was a disaster. They were so horrible to us for 5 years, whatever we were there. But the final straw was the second sister went to meeting with my dad by herself, and he had an elders meeting after. And so that means after the meeting's over, a song, everyone goes home, the elders meet in this room, and anyone that rode with them is just stuck at the congregation or stuck at the Kingdom Hall. And poor second sister was there by herself, and nobody talked to her.
Aww.
And she just sat there crying by herself. But she is such a spiritual person, and I've always respected that. Even through those things, that. After that day, we never went back to that congregation. My mom's like, that's it. They've been treating my kids horribly. We're not doing this anymore. But that did not shake her faith. She's always been so spiritual.
Wow.
But my oldest sister, just like most older siblings, was a rebel and couldn't help herself but push back. But I also learned a lot from her. So, and I feel for her. Even though at the time I was like, just get ready for meeting. You're making this more difficult for all of us, and you're driving me crazy.
In your one shared bathroom, too.
Yes. And it's oh my God, now everyone's fighting, and it's none of us want to go to a meeting. None of us wanted to go to church. So.
And the oldest is responsible for maintaining order in a lot of ways.
Or allegedly, but
allegedly.
Whatever responsibility they have. But
yeah,
she was always a rebel, but she also went through so much when we were in that congregation in Bountiful. They bullied her, and they were so mean to her. She got an eating disorder. It affected her whole life. Now, she still blames that time of her life for problems today. So I can't give her too much of a pass, because it's at some point you got to figure something out, right? Yeah. We all had the same shared history. Yeah, yours was worse, but we've all been through bad things.
Well, and both of your sisters had a really lonely time.
Oh, very lonely. Yeah. We were the poor Mexicans, so because we're Mexican. If anyone's listening and doesn't know my past, I'm not just saying that we were like poor Mexicans. That was the worst of the worst.
No,
that's what we literally
heritage.
were.
Yeah, Colorado before it was Colorado.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so that's me. What about you?
No, that explains a lot with your sisters. It's nice to get to understand that a little better.
Yeah.
And I just wonder with your second oldest sister, because you spent such a long time living with her, and she was always so dedicated.
She lived with me for a while, yeah.
Was that a time that it was easier for you to see that example in your faith and to stick with it?
I hated it.
Really?
Because, we would ride to meeting together because we lived together. and she always wanted to stay and talk, and like she was in it. She enjoyed it. And it's like I said earlier, like if you're in it, then do it, right? Mm-hmm. And she wanted to do it, and I didn't. I hated it. So we started driving separately because I'm like, I don't want to leave when you leave. I want to go home when I want to go home. So yes. I learned a lot from her, but it wasn't influential in that way. I respect her.
Yeah, you two ended up bonding so much over that time together.
Oh, yeah. I recommend that to anyone. If you haven't lived with a sibling, one, they're the best roommate because you're not afraid to tell them, you owe me $50. You're not passive-aggressive at all.
Yeah.
So you really learn to have some communication. Like, we probably prepared ourselves for marriage, living with each other. And she helped. I wouldn't have been able to buy a condo if she didn't say that she would live with me. So she also helped me financially.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, lots of good things with the women in our lives. But I want to hear about you. Okay. So how about you? How are your sisters good or a bad influence?
All of my sisters were good influences across the board. There might be examples of some bad influence, but I'm
curious to know which one you think is a bad influence.
Well, I'll explain it because I had, growing up, the closest relationship with my sister who's just younger than me, the oldest of my 4 sisters. And I'm not giving names away. I'll just call her E1 because all of my sisters' names start with E. E1.
I think it's E1.
E1?
Okay.
That's from a movie.
We don't know the name of it, though.
So she and I were, quote, peas in a pod growing up.
You were basically Irish twins. You were German collections.
Well,
German dolls.
I'm a year and a half older than she is.
Yeah. But you guys were close.
Incredibly.
Yeah. She was your disciple.
Well, and we were, in a lot of ways, definitely the spiritual leaders of the 7 because my older brother, the oldest of the 7, was very disengaged and didn't have a spiritual Mormon bone in his body. The oldest? What?
No, I'm just saying the oldest is tough, but that was funny that you said that.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. And
do you think he ever believed?
No. I think he's smarter than any of us gave him credit for at a young age, and I know that he's like a quick guy.
Yeah. But he was also bullied.
Yeah.
By the community.
Well,
the oldest have it rough.
He was also the self-proclaimed black sheep from a very early age.
Oh, okay.
So
not that we're talking about your sisters.
Well, no, myself and E1, my oldest younger sister. Like we ran the kids. We were the babysitters. We were the caretakers. We were the helpers. We were the peacekeepers, especially. And we organized plays to put on for everyone. And we got the younger sisters involved and even my younger brother.
And they love it. To this day, when they talk about those plays, they talk about it with fondness. And we all know kids aren't good at stuff. But I mean, I have to give you and your sister credit because I know you're both very creative. So I can only imagine that they were fairly good.
Well,
Did your mom watch them?
Everyone watched.
Oh,
yeah. If you weren't in it, you were watching it. You didn't have a choice. So if it was good,
who was in stage production?
Oh no, it was all roles for E1 and myself.
Okay. Everyone else was just a tree?
And when our cousins, no, people have parts. They know their lines. My brother did play a rock once, but usually he would be the bitchy girl on the side who would walk through. He'd have those stockings on his head for the long hair, and then like whatever beaded jewelry. And
why did you make him do that?
Because he loved it, and he was great. It was just like a passing through role, and we'd be like,
he was just an
hey,
extra.
Belinda, and then we'd start talking.
He was an extra with a speaking part
and a costume. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's what I'm saying though. I know if we brought this up to him, he would love it.
Yeah, he was great.
He would say he was
for someone
great.
who wasn't often given big parts. He took the little ones with a lot of grace.
He was effeminate, or he didn't have any interest in the stage.
Nah, he just loved flaunting it.
Well, and he was good at just being that person. So.
Yeah, totally. So
you guys put on
so
plays.
This is the bond I have with my sister. And first sister. So this is the bond I have with her, and now I feel like because when I left the church, she was really, really into it still. And I feel like that's where the first big rift in our relationship ever stemmed from. And she went to BYU, Idaho. She's this incredible student. I have to give her credit.
Smart.
She is so smart and so much smarter than I am. And I'm not stupid. Like, she and I were the high-performing
you're both very
kids.
smart. I don't know if I would say one of you is smarter than the other.
Well,
she's definitely very creative.
Her creative energy exceeds, and just like...
Yeah.
It's a mountain next to mine.
If she didn't have to worry about health insurance, like, she could be anything.
Oh, she
Any
will
creative
be.
job.
She will be. That's the thing. Like, I know her, and I know that she doesn't, like, half-ass what she is passionate about.
But then your younger sisters.
Yeah, so...
I love them too.
So, basically, my passion and my, like, desire for creative energy was really, really heavily impacted by my first sister.
Right.
And then I feel like for my second sister, E2, and I wanted her to be named Jennifer for some reason.
Ew, gross.
I really liked the name Jennifer when Mom was pregnant
with her.
Do you like it now? I mean, not as much. I think her name is perfect for her. E2, we love you. But I think a lot of more spiritual impact from E2, especially later, because she's my only sibling who's still in the truth.
In the church?
Yeah, in the Mormon church. And she's such an incredible Mormon.
Such a good person, though. Like, she's one of the best Mormons I've ever met. Outside of, like, your dad and then a few people I work with.
Yeah, I genuinely see her heart, and I know that she could never believe that because she's too good.
Yeah, and she has a Jesus-like heart condition. Like, she is the most caring person ever.
Yeah. Well, and
not that Jesus had a heart condition.
No, but to speak of conditions, as far as E2 goes, like, this is the sister who found out just before she left on her mission that she was pre-diabetic, and then over her mission determined, no, she's type 1. And so, like, the way that she works through these really difficult experiences is just true to her character. And so, like, that perseverance of faith is something that I know she has, and I really respect that from her.
But she's a loving, open person.
And she's fun. She's funny. She and I look the most alike of
she's very
me and
clever
my sisters.
Too. Oh my God, don't play games with Ben's family. Because they all know the same answer. Like, if we're playing Cards Against Humanity, they know what's funny to them.
See, me and my first sister were never allowed to be on the same team growing up for any game. Because you guys were
like one mind.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
And we still are in a lot of ways one mind.
Right.
But I also have that with my second sister, E2. And as children, I feel so horrible for the ways I teased her. Because in a lot of ways, she was the underdog. She was, like, always one of the youngest, even when there were two younger sisters than her. Yeah. So she's always one of the little girls, no matter what she does.
I know. And now she's a mother. Like, she has her own kids.
I mean, she's incredible. I have so much respect for the way that she conducts herself, lives her life, loves her family, and her people.
Yeah.
And
she's good at stuff.
All of my sisters are so creative and musical. She was such a trumpet player, E2. And she got my third sister into it as well.
Marching band.
Who's also incredible. Yeah, marching band, which is so difficult, and it's such an art form for anyone that doesn't actually understand what marching band entails.
I feel like it would be like the drill team people who would look down on the marching band.
Which is so
they're
stupid.
Working just as hard as drill team.
I would argue they have to work harder because this is playing a musical instrument on top of all of the form.
Like that all takes skill, but that's why I would hope people wouldn't look down on marching band.
I hope drill team never looked down on anyone because their noses are literally in the air as they're marching into the room anyway.
I know.
I don't know. I never had
drill team
as
is
great
a
a
huge
respect
thing
for
in
drill
Utah,
team.
though.
For any drill people, please inform me. Like, show me why I'm wrong.
It's weird because, like, growing up, like, most of my family was in Colorado, right? And they called the drill team the dog squad, like the girls that couldn't make the cheerleaders. So, but then, like, in Utah, it was such an important thing. Like, it's almost equal, if not better than cheer, because you go to these competitions and you train 7 hours a day. And so, I don't know. It's So weird how things work, huh?
I just remember seeing the Crump team back east.
Crump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was...
That must have been on another level.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't understand it then.
But you know it was cool.
I wish I could go back and rewatch.
What about E3?
Oh, boy. E3, I have an especially recently changed love for because I got to spend a lot more... We got to spend a lot of time with her. And she's always been this angel child, even from when she was born. I don't think there was really ever anything about her that I don't know. I definitely never victimized her or teased her because that was reserved for E2 for some sad reason. Just because if we're looking at E3 as Y, like there was always something that came across as really like open but also innocent, and you just like... I feel very invited by my third sister. And it's like a safe space. So it was cool to hang out with her as she became older. Yeah. Like she's the one that I would go on drives with. And we
Sing
would
as loud as you could.
We would play songs that we could belt to because she felt like she didn't have the confidence in her voice to belt, even though that was absolutely not true. Like
so who came up with this?
I did. Well, I had my driver's license, so I could take her out.
But did you knew that she was struggling with that, or like what?
We talked about it because we would listen to music and sing in the kitchen or wherever.
Oh, and you are a singer. So,
I'll sing in anyone's kitchen.
And she probably looked at you like, oh my God, how does somebody...
have the confidence to just...
No, I mean in a good way though, because you're good at it. But yeah, I could see her being like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, we connected a lot over... those experiences.
And I love when she stayed with us for a while that you guys got to do that again.
That was
I think she needed
so
it.
much
like,
fun.
Even though she's this mature person who's married and she's going to be a mom, like sometimes you need to like reset things just a little bit to be like, was it real? Like, was that a real connection? Was it the way I thought it was?
And it was so validating to recognize that, that's a real connection. And I don't take that for granted with my siblings. No. Like, especially... my youngest sister is the person I struggled the most to have that, reawakening realization that, like we are connected. We have this shared experience because as the youngest, that was a struggle. But for my third youngest sister, I think what especially...
Are we done talking about your second youngest though?
Oh, no.
Well, I just want to say how much I love her too. Like she really is a person, like, and I'll probably get emotional talking about her, but like she's such a genuine person that is just special. So I just want to make sure I say that.
And honestly, anyone who knows my second youngest sister knows that. Like,
well, and she's so strong. Like I really respect her work ethic, her ability to transform anything. Yeah. Like she can make it work. And she's smart. Like you don't have to worry about her. Like she knows what she's doing.
I completely agree. And if I have any hope for my second youngest sister, it's that she learns to just completely trust her own voice.
Yeah. That's what I always said. Like if you just trusted yourself, your instincts, like you're going to be fine. Yeah. So hopefully she does. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. E3.
So E3 is this incredible, powerful person.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. She's always had this natural charisma and just like just an acute awareness. So she is very perceptive. She's very sweet. She's open. And of course, she's gorgeous. So in a lot of ways, she'd had to battle that in her, as she's becoming an adult, dealing with the fact that a lot of women are just bitchy to other women. And it's fucked up, especially if, like my third youngest sister, you're just obscenely hot, which hopefully that's not offensive to anyone. But no, E3 also just has this edge to her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's something that she was also forced into in a lot of ways because the timing that she was 17 when my parents split up, and she, for a short time, it was about a year.
No, she must have been younger than that, Ben.
No, she was 17 when she ended up leaving the house and living with a friend of hers. So, yeah, she was in a really tough position when my parents split up. My dad got remarried, which ended up being a lot of different crises, and I think he's a better person for everything that happened. But that's so much drama and story that we can't get into it. But that was where she had to basically get ejected from family life. So she's like developed as an early adult this like adult not a loner, but she could do it if she needed to. She finds her people.
Oh no, she would be fine on her own.
Yeah. I think she's so strong, and the fact that you can keep such an open heart after going through that, and especially a lot of the ways that she's been treated, is just such a powerful representation to me of like this person who I'm lucky enough to have as a sister. Like she's a big example to me of like pushing through and rallying, which you have, which I learned from you.
She's also the most like your mother in the sense that she's very strong.
Yes.
Like she can do anything she needs to do on her own. Like if she had to take the reins, she does take the reins, let's be honest.
Self-starter,
yes.
Organized, hardworking.
Yeah.
She's not going to bullshit her way through anything.
No.
So, yeah, she has an edge like the rest of us don't have. Maybe my older brother has, or is trying to hone that edge.
And I wonder if he influenced her to have that edge.
They have a special relationship, my third sister and my older brother.
But oh, your older brother, yes, okay. Yeah. But also with your younger brother.
Oh, yes, my younger brother.
I was thinking your younger brother. Like, she has a good special relationship with all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, I would say not with exception, but also notwithstanding the fact that she and my youngest sister, my fourth sister, had a very tumultuous relationship.
Oh, really?
The youngest two, what I remember when they were young was they didn't ever really get along. And a lot of that was because my youngest sister, E4, was born with, for the first 4 years of her life, she wasn't able to communicate with us because she had a cleft palate, and doctors had misdiagnosed her, leading up to moving to Utah and her turning 4 when she could get a surgery. And so it's 22q, missing the second chromosome on the second half of your 22nd chromosome. I don't know a lot about it, but
How did they even diagnose that? Like, why were they looking?
Well, just because she had so many speech problems. Like, growing up, she would only spit up and vomit through her nose as a baby because, like, the airway and the passages can't close and tighten with the cleft palate.
Man, that must have been horrible.
Yeah. So she has so much energy and so much creative energy that as a kid, I just thought of her as this whirlwind, like, traveling through the house, and you better be watching E4 if you're in charge of babysitting her. Otherwise, she's going to eat whiteout and get it all over the kitchen. And those drawers never looked the same after she got it the one time. No, for less than a minute, she had this.
Gross.
So she just has this energy, and she still does.
She still does, and she's really good at playing video games because of it.
Oh
and amazing playing the piano, too.
She is this, like, monstrously powerful girl, and she's a hard worker. She's so sweet,
and she knows what she wants. That's what I like about her.
There's no edge to her, though, and I'm not saying she needs that because she's figuring out where boundaries lie. But to live at the bottom of the totem pole, if that's appropriate to say,
I think it just makes you stronger.
Of us. Oh, and that's the thing. Like, she's never once quit or given up. Granted, she's made life choices and walked away from things that have led her to where she is now, and she's doing an amazing job.
She definitely knows what she wants, so I respect that.
And I respect so much that even with, like, continued barriers in a lot of ways, just because a lot of the ways that people treated her growing up was just so dismissive or diminutive, and she's had so many people be cruel to her that I didn't realize until much later the extent of some of it. I'll never know, especially in elementary school, middle school, and high school, where, I mean, she was going through speech lessons the whole time. And, I mean, she's very well-spoken and everything. But, yeah, a lot of people were...
Mean?
Yeah, actively mean to her. So...
That sucks.
But
she's a good kid, and she seems like she's in a good place.
And she's a great example because not only is she a hard worker, but she is learning how to become more and more open about her own feelings.
Yeah,
and be
I like
honest.
that. And she's with a really good person who's helping her even be better.
Her boyfriend, I mean, I would love to see them get to continue to spend time together because they're good for each other. And that's the thing about my youngest sister is she will never say no to a moment to like let someone in
Yeah.
and expand her own awareness because of that. So, I mean, she has just infinite potential in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I just want to say one more thing about my first sister, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just because
the
I felt
oldest.
like all I said was negative things, and she got bullied, and she was a troublemaker, but like she ended up being my best friend too. So like we worked together at the airline, and I lived with him for a little while. And she had 2 amazing daughters that I was so close to, and I miss that. I almost helped raise them. Like I would go over to her house every single day before work. So I got really close to her kids, and yeah, so she was like my best friend until this happened. So, and she had to cut me off. So she's a great person. I love her. She's so fun. We see so many things the same way, just kind of like you and your oldest sister.
Yeah.
Just below you. Yeah. So I just didn't want to leave it on a negative and be like, oh, she was just this, and this, and it's so irritating.
And growing
thank
up,
you for letting me see it.
No, I think that's good context for what you've shared before, but it's also interesting knowing that she's the person you've heard the least from.
Yeah, I think she's the most
you were
hurt.
disfellowshipped.
So,
is that why?
Yeah, her and my dad, and my youngest niece.
Because you were so close?
And because I think they hold that trauma or whatever in the same way. So they're the most hurt by it, and it makes it harder for them to move past it. So yeah. Anyways, so now I was going to ask my final question. It's final question time.
Final question time.
Oh, thank God. This has been a marathon.
Yeah.
Talking about women. Jeez. This is why we don't have them in our lives. Just kidding.
Yeah, we love you.
Okay, final question. Did you feel like your mom protected you at church?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we've established that both of our mothers are really open to connecting with people. And so, like, I could follow her lead and create this, like, connection of people and have my own relationships with them, knowing that my mom knew them. And, like, I could always go to her. I don't know. Being able to, like, rely on my mom and being able to feel protected at church go hand in hand, because I always knew where she was at. Plus, she's in a position where she's either playing the organ or the piano, if they don't have one, for the congregation. For most of my life, we were in the choir and she was conducting. She was leading the primary music section. So, I mean, she also had her eye over a lot of what went down.
Watching what's going on. Nobody's being mean to you, and she doesn't know about it.
Well, and Mormons are supposed to be nice, so it was rare that there would be any time where anything felt overtly dangerous, or someone would talk to me trying to get something out of me that maybe I didn't want to tell them.
Like kids just being mean to you?
Well, I will say my relationship with my mom is probably different from some of my sisters, because the young women in the church growing up.
I guess that's what I'm saying, because I had older sisters, so that's the thing I experienced. Was through them.
Yeah, that would be different, because I know that the friendship politics of young women's, at least from what I understood of my sister's experiences, was very different. And I know that there were some people who were cool and chill to me that were not kind to my younger sister, the oldest of the 4.
And was your mom protective of her?
Well, that's the thing. Like, the relationship between my mom and my oldest younger sister is something that recently has, like, reconnected.
Yeah, that's always a hard relationship anyways.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the oldest daughter, so much expectation. There's so much trauma there for both of them.
Yeah.
But there's existing trauma that I hope they're working through. So I hope they felt protected, but I certainly did.
Yeah, that's good.
Did your mom do that for you?
Yeah, and then, so now I'm thinking, like, I'm seeing it through my sister's eyes, because it's like, yes, I mean, obviously I told that story where my sister was crying and nobody talked to her, and that's when she's like, that's it, we're leaving. I mean, she went along with things until she felt like the family was under attack, so...
Yeah.
So I would say very protective of us. Not overly protective. Like, she encouraged us to, like, figure stuff out. Like, if there was uncomfortable situations, she pushed us to deal with it. So in that way, I'd say still protective, but not like a helicopter mom.
And you probably, I imagine, got to see examples of that because you were a part of so many conversations that your mom was in
absolutely.
about the areas that she had to either defend herself or
Right.
just engage in
Right.
controversial discussion.
Yes. Oh my God. My mom has the most cringe story about the time I'm not going to tell the story.
But what's it
she
about?
She was being bullied at school, and she screamed back this like racial slur to this girl, and this girl this girl was a white girl, but what my mom said was enough that this girl never messed with her again. So my mom took that confidence from that.
Was it the same thing that someone told my mom?
Yes. That's why it's so weird, Ben. Wait, they told it to your mom?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like my mother told it to your mother.
No, that's what I thought when I first heard that story. But my mom also bullied at least one other girl. I mean, they're strong women.
That's it. They're strong
Yeah,
women,
they're strong
and they
women.
stepped in when they needed to. So.
And if I were ever being bullied, I have no qualms believing that my mom would have stepped in and
I
did
think so
that
too.
in a moment.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, easy question. Let's move on to the last one.
Good
Your
question.
final question.
The final question, how did you view the role of women in the truth?
Oh my God, I was just jealous of them. Like, I never wanted power. I never wanted to do talks. I never wanted to be a speaker. Like, I loved that they just got to be second fiddle. Mm-hmm. So I loved it. And probably because my mom liked that role. So I like that role. Like, how we're influenced by our moms. But yeah.
Did you ever have relationships with women or see them react in a way that made you question that?
No. There was not a woman in my world, in the witness world, who wanted more than what they had. Mm. They loved it. I'm not kidding.
You would have fit in great.
I would have, yeah. If only.
Did you ever hear anything in discussion about the reason why or the way that elders would talk about women?
No, because if they said anything, it was critical about the way an elder had done a part. It's like, can you believe he did this? Can you? And it was a fun, gossipy thing. Yeah. And it's like, so I heard that and I'm like, oh, well, I know what they're going to say about me. So I'm not going to put myself in that position. But I wanted to be the ones who could just sit back and be like, did you hear what your dad said on the stage today?
What about when you had your older sisters and then your nieces, like watching your nieces especially grow up as a part of that and seeing some of the toxic culture among women?
But I didn't know it was toxic.
Oh, yeah.
So
when you're a part of it and it's just what happens in the community and you deal with it, like it's not a bad thing.
I mean, we've talked about it. I didn't even know what the patriarchy was. Like, it didn't exist in my world. Like, women were treated very well, so they didn't want power.
Yeah.
It was they've done a very good job of, because I think almost every single church there's been some pushback. I mean, my God, Mormon women give prayers that would never happen in the witness world. The only way a woman would be able to give a prayer is if no able-bodied man was at the meeting.
That's
so
still
you're talking,
shocking.
There's only an 8-year-old. If there was a 12-year-old, they probably would have let him say the prayer. Because women, and if they did say the prayer, they would have to go find a head covering to put it over their heads.
See, that I didn't know either.
There's some Bible scripture about head coverings.
When women pray.
When women are in a role of responsibility, quote unquote responsibility.
Well,
how about you though?
Wow. See, that's new information for me. And so the role of women in Mormonism, because so much of the day-to-day is about feeling the Spirit, is like to really bring the Spirit into the room, because that is like a mother's role. It's the holiest position in the church, more than having a priesthood.
I had no idea that women had that much power.
Well, the ways that I learned that...
More than the priesthood?
Well, the ways I learned that in doctrine, air quotes, is that Heavenly Mother is so holy, we don't even talk about her. So we don't have to go into why women have the greater power here. Like... this is them, again, holding up
and it's
the structure
like,
of the church.
Know, you're a woman. You know how much power you have.
And arguably, divine feminine in mind, women should be able to feel that, because that's something that men don't get to touch.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So, granted, it's still a subjugated position, because you can do none of the rites or ordinances. Right. You can't run any of the meaningful earth life, spiritual covenant binding.
Okay.
So,
Do you think they would want to just be mothers? Like, have they been trained to just be mothers?
Yeah. Well, certain generations, absolutely. But there was a recent movement that I never followed up on much because as a more recent ex-member of the church, I wasn't interested in, diving into something that would make me feel cynical and uncomfortable. But women had risen up. You've heard about it. Basically demanding priesthood rights.
Right.
And it ultimately failed. I don't know if there were any new offshoots of the Mormon church.
Yeah.
But I think culturally the Mormon church has been changing. Maybe not excessively.
I would definitely say this about the Mormon church. The women have taken the role of acceptance.
Yeah.
Like, they're not willing to give up their children to church doctrine if they're gay. Like, they are much more accepting.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether they like it or not.
And whether they leave the church or not.
Yeah. So they are taking the lead in that way, I would say.
Yeah, and I think that that's partly the Mormon church's fault if we're looking at, losing a member to something like that, because it's so tied up in the feeling that when you have these conflicting feelings, you have to follow the stronger one. And I think a lot of Mormons have a much easier time leaving the church than a Jehovah's Witness would, because it was never about the fact in the Bible and being able to prove anything. It was just about that confirmation in what you feel. So
yeah, we'll have to do a whole discussion on being disfellowshipped and what does it mean in each church.
I would
it's a very different thing.
I'd be sad and curious to know more about the witnesses, but
yeah, why don't we talk about that one time?
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one.
Well,
where were we?
What?
Oh, how did we view the role of women? Yeah, honestly, I respect the hell out of a lot of the women who played very grand roles for me in the church. But what I know and what I feel now, I feel more, I don't know, it's sad to look at the box that a lot of people allow themselves to be put
That's the thing that I don't like about it. And I've seen it with your oldest sister. It's like she was expected to be this person that the world doesn't allow anymore. Like, she can't just be a mom.
It's so harder to live and be an adult, like we've talked about.
And then you have kids, and then you need your body to look good again.
And you also need to figure out what you really believe, because when you grow up with this high expectation for what salvation means, like, you can't just say, well, none of that matters.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, talking about women is heavy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. Good and bad.
And
like, it brings up a lot of great emotions, a lot of like sad emotions too.
Yes. And we've talked about before, like, the role of the women in our lives. And I think it just bears repeating that I'll never understand.
Yeah.
So
nope. And as much as I wanted their role within the congregation, I would never want to be a woman. One, because they just have it so hard in life. Two, because they deal with so many physical things. Like, God, women just have it so rough from the day they have their first period. It probably starts earlier.
Yes.
I watched this TikTok recently where she was asking women and men, like, when was the first time somebody shamed your body and how did that make you feel? And all these women she was asking was like, I was 8, I was 11, I was 12. And she would ask men and they'd be like, I don't remember.
It's like,
it's like, so on top of like religious stuff, women have other stuff that they're dealing with, and I just respect them a lot.
Yeah, societal expectation for women is the creator of a lot of this. And just to be abundantly clear, when we say women, it's those who identify as women.
Yeah,
because we respect
100%
your experience.
Yeah, anyone who identifies as a woman
is a
like,
woman.
We're here with you. We're an ally for you. And I truly believe it's like what Ginger Rogers said about her dancing with Fred Astaire. Like, she had to do learn the same dance routine backwards. Like, women are just having to do double the work constantly.
That is such a good allegory for the experience that women have as a thankless job, just like motherhood. Surprise.
Just like motherhood, my God. Everything they do is thankless. So thank you for being in our lives. Thank you for letting us be in your life.
And to the woman who inspired this cocktail, again, excellent
Another
work.
great woman, yeah. So, well, thank you for joining us. This was a great episode. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of facts, but...
Yeah. sorry, just
No, go ahead.
because there's a part of me that's afraid that my mom ever listens to this podcast.
She'll never listen to this podcast.
Mom, if you are listening, and to the mothers out there who have heard the ingratitude or other less than graceful approach to describing relationship, like I said, while I can't understand it, I really respect it. And I know that your mom and my mom are both super strong people that have done their very best for us, right?
Yeah. No, I would say the same. Yeah. I think we've said it, though, Ben.
I know.
You don't have to worry.
This is mommy issues rising to the surface.
My mom
it's
will
raw.
never listen to this. And if she did, I'm so glad you made it an hour and whatever. I'm shocked that you listen this long.
I don't know that either of our moms have the patience for a podcast in general.
I don't know if I could ever picture my mother listening to something for this long.
Okay.
She would be doing this and 3 other things. So she's not going to catch it.
So that's where you learned it.
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, Mom, you're not going to listen to this. Everyone, sorry for having to listen in on my mommy issues. Thank you for sticking around.
In real time.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, thanks, guys, for listening. But we just appreciate you being here for Cocktails and Confessions.
Thanks. It was fun.
Yeah.
And
be true to yourself.
And no matter what anyone else says, your mom deserves a thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And I can stop myself.